Okay, so I wanted to make a video going over the process of how to cut cross sections using Openroads. I'm not an expert at this, but I have figured it out enough to be able to do it, halfway consistently. So if you see anything that could be improved, let me know. But we're going to start with opening Openroads. So we open Openroads, and we want to make sure we're in the roadway workspace. I'm going to use 156 as the work set. This is important. This sets up all the line styles, all the resources, all the text, everything, so that everybody's using the same thing and not off of individual computers or workstations. So everybody's seeing and printing and should be able to do the same things. So we'll go to New File, and we have our 2D seed file. And we're going to create, we'll call it corridor cross-section sheets. All right. Takes a second to upload sometimes. Go to Home, and we'll start attaching all the elements that we need. We're going to need the models. That's what these three are. We're going to need the alignment. That's what geometry is. We're going to need the right-of-way, and we're going to need the existing terrain. Open all those. Zoom to see everything. We've got our models in here. It's important when you first set up a file to activate the terrain. So you click on it and hover over it, and you get these icons set as active terrain model. And what that does is it sets up an extra 3D file. So when you right click, go to View Control, you can go to Plan View 3D. That gives us a three-dimensional model and shows us everything. This is important for the next step. We have to have this view set open. We have to have the plan view and the 3D view open for this next step. We'll go to Drawing Production, Named Boundaries. Make sure that we have civil cross sections selected. And the drawing seed, we're going to do 11 by 17 at 20 scale. And it's asking identify pass element. So we'll go in and select the alignment. We're gonna reference the cross sections off of the mainline alignment. We're gonna go from the very beginning to the very end. We're gonna go 120 foot offsets for this. And for this one, I'm going to do 500 foot intervals. Just as an example, it does, for a project this long, if I did, say, 20 foot intervals, it literally takes about 15 minutes for it to run through everything. You can't really touch your computer while it's doing that. So we'll just do 500 for now. Take the vertical exaggeration, I'm going to take that to 1. And leave everything else the same. Make sure that create drawing is checked, and to show the dialog is checked. And you'll accept through those. And what it did is it went and created all these little windows. These are our viewports, or I forget what exactly they call it, but and since we had show dialog for creating the drawings, this pops up. This is the dialog for creating the drawings. Drawing seed should be the same that we set here. Shouldn't have to be changing anything at this point. You could change the annotation group, but we're going to go with the cross section. Go with the cross section grid with annotation. All this should stay the same. I'm not going to add it to the sheet index at this point, but I do want to open the model, so I'll let it run. You'll see it's got a time bar down here. Okay, so it's been about a minute. I went ahead and cut that part out. Just sitting around and waiting. But what it does is it creates all these models. You got sheet models, which should show the sheet, and then within each sheet you have the actual view of the cross section. Now the cross section is just referenced in. Okay, you'll see that it's referenced in there, but the annotation is actually drawn into this model, so you can move that around. You can also want right away to show up. I'll go to model annotation. I'll change it from, so I'll change it to cross section right away and guardrail. It's not going to replace what's there, it's going to add to what's there. Make sure that we're going to do all models. Step through that. Alright, so we got our proposed right away and our existing right away. In our view, if we look at it on the sheet, it shows up there as well. And so to print this, we need to go to the Home tab, go to Explorer, go to Sheet Index, and select the index. We'll create a new folder for this, for cross sections. And then we'll add sheets. We'll add everything that's in the cross section sheets folder, or file, excuse me. Hit OK. Oh, sorry, you got to select it first. Hit OK. There's our sheets. So you'll see that we got the sheet 1 here, which has drawings in it, and those drawings are stations 0, 5, and 10. You can go through each one of those if you need to. To print, now we'll go to Print Organizer, open Print Organizer. We're going to do it to a PDF. And File. Print. Make sure to change the printer setup from the default. This is in the C drive, the default that comes with Openroads. We'll use the project specific one. So you navigate to the project, into its resources. And we get the Dallas black and white 11 by 17. Hit OK. Print this out into the prints folder. We're going to put a date and what it is. And hit OK. And there you go. You have sheets, cross-section sheets with annotation. There's still more to do, but this is a great starting point. And this is just an overview of how it's done. If there's any questions, let me know. I may not have the answer, but at least we can figure it out together and get better at this, because this is going to be very important moving forward. So, all right, thanks.